Good afternoon, sir. It's Darnell from Porsche Ocala. Just wanted to take a moment to actually go over this vehicle with you. I'm going to send you a little bit more information, like the build sheet, and I'll call you soon to let you know the information that I found out so far. But I definitely wanted to make a video and go over the car a little bit, because a lot of times people who are purchasing vehicles from long distance always worry about the condition of the exterior and interior of the vehicle. So here we go. I'm going to go to the front bumper. I'm not noticing any scratches around the front bumper or the hood. Actually, I take that back. The only thing I saw is, and you're barely going to be able to see this, is a nick here, here, and there. And this is normal from rock chips driving a car on the highway. So, I mean, that's pretty good for a vehicle that's 2 years old and got 35,000 miles on it. There's nothing here on the side. Let's see. Doesn't look like there's anything up here. This car still has to go through detail, so hopefully nothing's exposed after we fully clean the car. Or it doesn't look like there's any true damage to it. And this car here is actually pretty well equipped. I don't know if you got a chance to. It probably doesn't show all the options because we put a lot of generalized information on the internet, and that's kind of why I'm going to send you the build sheet so you can take a look at it. But this is probably the first Panamera I've seen in person that actually has these surround view cameras on it. So I'll show you that once I get back inside the car. The seats back here fold down so you can lay them flat and use all this space that you see here. So it's good for having cargo in the back. The power tailgate's really nice. Porsche had a good idea to make the tailgates on all the SUVs and the Panamera adjustable in height. So if you just needed a little bit of space putting in the garage, or for someone who couldn't reach it as easily when it's all the way up, you can store it in the memory so that all the time it opens up to that specific height. The Panamera is just like the other sports cars for Porsche, do have the active aerodynamics, so you do have the spoiler in the rear that comes up at 75 miles an hour and goes back down when you go under 50 miles per hour. Or you can press the button that's in the side of the car to actually have it stay up all the time, which a lot of people like to do because it just looks so nice. You do have the ability to put an accessory rack on the top if you wanted to, and Porsche put this here to make it easy so you don't clamp anything onto the side of the car and actually damage the paint. Let's look at the back seat. Okay. And yeah, the interior is pretty well maintained. I don't even think anyone sat in the back seat. It was probably just used with a driver and maybe one passenger, the way it's looking. Looks like it does have rear heated seats. You got a beautiful wood trim on the inside. Folding mirrors. You got your memory seats, so you can actually store the memory for 2 settings on the driver's side and then a key setting. And then on the passenger side, you can store 3 settings on there. You do have the 14-way seats. Okay. To get inside, you have the cluster that's very similar to the 911, so you have the 5 clusters here. The TFT is probably one of the best things that Porsche has done with the console up here. I mean, the first menu is going to show you a list of information. I mean, it's incredible the amount of stuff that you can actually preset to this. But then you can also access your settings, which is really important, because it's right in your line of sight. You don't have to go over to the radio and to, adjust anything. You just do it right here while keeping your hand on the steering wheel. You do have your audio, so you can have your presets as well as individual radio stations, your navigation, your map, your phone so you can access your contacts easily, your trip computer, tire pressure. Because this car has a sport chrono package, you do have a lap timer. Typically the Panamera's clock here is just utilized as a clock, but when you get the sport chrono, it acts as a timer as well. This does have the PCM with navigation, the touchscreen radio. All the buttons you need are right here. This dial is to control the volume. You have this one to actually cycle through the options in case you didn't want to touch the screen. So they give you a choice with that, because you know, we all know if you touch the screen, the screen's gonna get dirty from that. You do have the PDK transmission, which is commonly found in sports cars, 911, the Caymans, the Boxers. Again, you got Sport Chrono, so you got Sport Plus mode. This does have PASM, so you have the Porsche Active Suspension Management, so you can adjust the suspension, so you can adjust the ride quality. You do have your automatic start and stop function that's standard now, so the vehicle will actually shut off to conserve fuel. It'll keep your AC, your radio on, but it'll shut off just so you conserve gas on the car. And with that, it only does it for a certain period of time. Porsche's put a lot of systems in place so that this system isn't really messing with your battery, so you're not relying on the battery in the car. Okay, there's a button for the spoiler there. And then let me show you the surround view. Once you put the car in reverse, it's not letting me do it because the door is open. All right, let's try this again. Put the car in reverse. This is what's going to come up here. So as you turn the wheel, the lines are going to go with the car, so it makes it easier for you to know where you're going. And on the side of the screen, you have a menu that comes up. This is so that you can have the backup camera view. You have another view where it's kind of like a bird's eye view. You can show if you want your sensors on or not. You have your up front camera and then your back camera, so you can, if you're backing out of a parking spot, you can see both sides of the vehicle. It makes it a little bit easier for you. And then you have this where if you're pulling out of a spot or going out to an intersection and there's someone blocking your vision, make it a little bit easier. Well, that's the little bit of information on Panamera S. As you can see, the interior looks really good on this car. The exterior looks really good. Like I said, it doesn't even look like anyone sat in the back seat. There might have been a passenger and a driver, and that's pretty much it. All right, like I said, I'll give you a call soon to go over the other information that I found. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to speak to you soon. Thank you.